counter shot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
He parries away that left hook. Stamina is off the charts. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Shawn Porter in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Back out there and ring the round.
And there's the bell for round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. Straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The courage on display here is incredible. Nice counter shot. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Catch and shoot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Shawn Porter in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
Get back out there.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? They can work at that.
Over yet, you've got to go out there and win this round. You had everything in the bag.
In the middle, you can't miss him. Great work. Stay focused.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these 2 boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Swing and a miss with the jab. That counter punch caught him clean. That jab doesn't find a home. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? He misses with that jab. Punch, counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Sean Porter in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know.
To make mistakes and he's switching up immediately.
There's the bell to start round 5. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter shot lands. How about that time counter shot? They exchange punches. The perfect counter lands. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, thinking, you've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
There's a counter shot. That uppercut's blocked. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Big, heavy blow, and Saul is down. Let's watch this again. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
Can make or break a fighter.
The right hand's beautiful. That's it. Stop.
What are you doing? Switch off control.
There's the bell for round 6. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Good counter punching. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. I don't care how good your chin is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It's happened once. You've got away with it. You can do it again.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round.
Look at that.
He's been knocked down, but at
It's the
least
same
not
again.
knocked out yet.
Don't change too much yet.
Here comes round 7. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'd come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff.
Well done with that counter shot. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
It's the one who draws first blood, Tom. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Good counter punch. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A lot of effort being exerted here. Swing and a miss with that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Sean Porter in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it couldn't be the sweetest.
There's the bell to start round 8. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice counter. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history book.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Straight right just misses. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. That is a bit of a surprise. It ends in a draw.
A draw? Ooh, listen to that crowd. Nobody's happy with that. Why? Because the build-up was ridiculous. The things that were said were ridiculous.